is why we write our shit down. And I say shit, but I mean our workouts. So some of us are obviously at gyms, getting our workouts planned for us, but it's great to obviously write down what we're doing, how we're doing it, and obviously the score that we got it at. So it's really simple if it's like a 1 rep max back squat, and we just write down that score. But it's great to write down a little bit more than that. So how did we feel? And add a little bit more information to that. So even if we are doing our own workouts, obviously then write down the workout, write down what we did, what weight we used, and things like that. But then write down how you felt. Were you tired? Were you sore? How did you do your squats? Did you do them with barefoot? Did you do them with lifters on? How did that make your knees feel? How did that make you feel? Were you tired? Were you sore from the previous week? Had you been sleeping badly? These are all things that carry over then into long-term training things. So if you're going through long periods of having a sore knee, you look back and you're like, oh wow, I've squatted now 4 times and every single time my knee's been sore. Like, maybe that's something I need to look at. The same thing with if we're training in the evenings and we're noticing that we're really tired, maybe that's something to look at. Maybe that's something that we should consider changing our training times, because we're not obviously giving our best at evening class. And it's, of course, it's amazing to obviously look back at progress. So to say, oh, so 3 months ago I was squatting 60 and now I'm squatting 70. That's great, because that's obviously awesome results. That's allowing us to see results quickly. And that allows us to then make sure that we're obviously making progress, and that's what we want. But it's also good to look back and then see years and years and years of progress. So what was I doing 7 years ago compared to what am I doing now? It can be completely different training. So it doesn't even need to be like, oh, I was only squatting 20 and now I'm squatting 70. That's awesome. It could be like, I wasn't even squatting. Like, what was I doing? I was doing all these other things. So it's really good nostalgia to then see how have we adapted over the years, what have we trained, what have we done differently, obviously the different weights and the different movements that we've been doing, how we progressed from, say, push-ups to pike push-ups, now to handstand push-ups. We were walking like a couple of centimeters on our hands, now we're walking a couple of meters. It's really good to also write down details. Sorry, it is freezing where I'm sitting now. It's good to also write down details of how we did a workout. So something like Fran, for example, of thrusters and pull-ups. How did you do your pull-ups? So in the set of 21, did you do 3 sets of 7? Did you do 10 and 11? Did you do a couple load of singles? Because then the next time we do Fran, maybe we can be like, oh, my pull-ups have gotten so much better, and maybe let's try 7, 7, 7, or now let's try 10 and 11, or whatever the case may be. So it's also really good to see how you don't think how your gymnastics or your weights are progressing because of weight wise or because of complexity wise, but maybe they're changing out of endurance wise. So it's also really good to look at things that way and say, well, I used to only be able to do 2 pull-ups in a row, and now when I did Cindy, I was doing 5 pull-ups in a row for 7 rounds. So that obviously means my pull-ups are also getting better. So they might not be like a 1 rep max pull-up vibe, but it could be because I'm getting better at being able to do more reps consecutively. So it's really good to have a training program. I'd love to know what you guys think and what you're doing now. If you can take a picture of your training program, that would be awesome. I'm very bad at writing down things in books nowadays. I've been writing down things on Google Docs, which makes me like a massive nerd, I think. My training program's on Google Docs. That sounds terrible. But yeah, so I think I can find one of my old ones because I only switched over now recently, sort of around lockdown. So I think I could probably find one from like the end of last year and I'll take a photo of it. It's terrible. My handwriting is terrible. But please take a photo if you're writing stuff down so we can all see and motivate each other. And it's really great, guys. It's really great to motivate yourself in writing down, in realizing what you're doing, realizing how you're feeling during a workout, realize exactly what you're doing, at what weight, and so that you can be aware of how to either improve or notice things like a sore knee, a sore shoulder. I've been feeling really tired. Maybe I should look at a omega for to make me feel better, multivitamins, things like that. So it's all really great to just be aware, because then we look back at a whole month and we're like, oh, my training's been awful. I didn't think it was that bad, but I've been really run down for a while now. Maybe I should look into that. And then you realize maybe some multivitamins or something like that would have actually made you feel better. And then you realize how much more energy you have, but not because you changed anything, but you just added something really simple. So that's great, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll chat to you guys soon. Bye.